Husband in Mill kicked me out for not paying rent or doing chores during my pregnancy, so I handed him divorce papers and filed for full custody of our baby. Hi, so I am since I was 18. I did not really come from a financially well-off family, and growing up we did not really have a lot of money. I went to public school and I realized very early on in life that money meant a lot, and so I made up my mind that I was going to skip college and start working as soon as I could because I wanted to be able to provide for my family. I did not have a father because he had walked out on my mother when she was pregnant with me. He did not even offer child support, and he literally disappeared a couple of weeks after my mother found out that she was pregnant and told him about it. So, there was no way to track him, and she had a lot of other things to worry about at the time, so she did not bother to do so either. My mother got pregnant out of wedlock, which is not something that my grandparents approved of. They were very traditional, and they actually wanted to terminate the pregnancy, but she did not do so, and they ended up kicking her out. She was just 19 at the time and she was still in college, but she had to drop out because she did not have the means to be able to afford the tuition and her family had cut ties with her, so she did not have anyone else to go to. She started working as a cashier in the nearby grocery store and tried her best to make ends meet because she was desperate, and she also had to think about her medical expenses because of the pregnancy. Just a few months before I was born, she was told that she was having twins, and that was even worse for her because now she had to think about how she was going to handle having 2 children when she was barely prepared to have even one. In spite of all of that, she never considered giving us up and went through it all. I really have no idea how she was able to bring herself to do all of it on her own without anybody's support, but all I know is that she must have been really brave. She did not tell my twin sister and me about any of this until we were 16, and even then she only told us because we had been pressuring her into telling us about her father and everything about how her life had been before we were born because we knew that we did not have any other family apart from each other, and we wanted to get to know why. It was pretty depressing, but it made me realize that I had to step up and really be there for my family, so I did not go to college and neither did my sister, and both of us started working at 18. My mother, by that time, had made a lot of progress and was a floor manager at a nearby supermarket. We did not have a lot of money, but we managed somehow, and at the time that was enough for us. But with age, I decided that I wanted to be able to provide a good life for my mother in her old age, and I wanted my sister to be able to depend on me. Even though we were twins, I kind of considered myself her protector. I guessed it was because I was, and I got jobs as a saleswoman for a beauty company, and it was a decent job. We put together a part of our salaries every month and helped our mother with the bills and the rent, and it was a great feeling. I was much better at that job than my sister, so naturally, my commission was a lot higher than hers. After a couple of years, I got a big raise, and I told my sister that she could quit her job to do something that she actually wanted. I knew that she did not actually want to be a salesperson and she was more interested in writing and stuff, so I told her to do something about it because I wanted her to be able to live her dreams. After a lot of convincing, my mother and I were able to put her through college when she was 22 so she could get her degree in literature and even go on to do her master's degree as well. Now, she's a teacher in a high school and she's doing pretty well for herself. She also has a wonderful blog of her own, and I am so proud of her. As for me, I am now working in a manager position at a different company, and life is pretty good for me. I would not say that I have achieved everything that I had dreamed of, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. For now, it is enough for me that I have been able to help my mother retire and have put my sister through school and enabled her to achieve her dreams. I'm still a long way from being wealthy, which is exactly what I had set out to be, but I'm working my way up, and I know I'll get there. On my way up, I happened to meet my husband. Let's call him Nathan. He is 2 years older than me, and we met each other about 5 years ago at a concert that both of us were attending. He was a friend of an acquaintance, and we ran into each other at the concert. He was really cute, so I struck up a conversation with him, and we found out that we had a lot in common. Both of us are into fitness, and we love the same TV shows as well. On our first date, we also found out that both of us grew up without a father because his had passed away when he was really young, and mine had never even been in the picture. We started dating and met each other's families after 6 months of being together. My mother and sister love him, but I don't think I can say the same for his mother. I don't know why, and I still have never been able to figure out why, but she just did not seem to like me. She was very cold to me the first time that we met, and that's the way it has been ever since. She has never made an effort to get to know me or be close to me, even though I have tried to get on her good side countless times. There is only so much that I can do to win her over until I get tired and stop doing it. So, I stopped trying after about a year of dating Nathan when I finally realized that she was never going to like me and I was tired of putting in an effort to get her to like me all the time. If she didn't like me, I was fine with it because I was only trying to get on her good side for Nathan's sake, but I personally did not mind being disliked by people. So, we were pretty cold to each other, and I was fine with that. Nathan also addressed it, and he told me that his mother just needed some time to warm up to people and she would come around eventually. So, I took his word for it and did not sweat it. With my family, though, it was a completely different story, and he seemed perfectly at ease with all of them. He even fit in perfectly with my sister's husband and her kids, and whenever we were all together, I felt much more comfortable than I did when his mother would be around. So, naturally, I would visit his mother with him as sparingly as I could because I knew that she did not like me, and I did not find it necessary to visit people who did not like me or value me. Nathan never said anything about it back then, so I don't know what changed recently. He knew that I preferred to stay away from his mother, and I'm sure that she would like it as well because she had made it very obvious to me that I was not welcome in her home anyway. That was how it all was back then, but there have been a lot of changes in the recent past, and I'm not sure how to feel about any of it anymore.